Daily Dose of Daryl, entitled What a Day. February 11th. I like to stop every now and then and to see what happened today. Not just today in my life, but on this day many years ago. For instance, February 11th, 1349. The Jews of Erblingen, Switzerland were massacred. February 11th, 1573. English explorer Francis Drake, on a voyage to the West Indies, climbed up a ridge on the Isthmus of Panama and saw the Pacific Ocean for the first time. 5 years later, he sailed around the world through that Pacific Ocean. 1650, February 11th. French philosopher and scientist René Descartes, who coined the phrase, "I think, therefore I am," died in Switzerland. 1649, not February 11th, but in that year, England's Charles I was killed by Cromwell in the English Civil Wars. As a result, my grandfather, 13 generations removed, Captain David Peebles, had to flee Scotland, Peebles in the Fife area, to the James River. That's how I got here. But the son, Charles II, went back into power after Cromwell. And on February 11th, 1673, Charles II exempted the Jews from prosecution because there was a conventicle act of 1664 which called any prayer meeting of more than 5 not in accordance with the Book of Common Prayer seditious, but he let them go. 1752, February 11th, the first American hospital, the Pennsylvania Hospital, opened in Philadelphia, thanks in part, large part, to Benjamin Franklin, who helped raise the funds. 1805, Sacagawea, the Shoshone Indian woman who served as an interpreter and occasional guide for the Lewis and Clark expedition that went across North America. She gave birth to a son today, Jean-Baptiste Charbonnier. Now, Meriwether Lewis assisted at the birth, and William Clark nicknamed the boy Pump. Hey, what about birthdays? 1847, February 11th, a little baby was born. They named him Thomas Alva Edison, American inventor of the kinetoscope, led to motion pictures, the incandescent light, So I Can See Tonight, the phonograph, and over 1,000 other devices. Incidentally, February 11th, 1936, Burt Reynolds was born. 1809, American inventor Robert Fulton patented the steamboat. 1852, on February 11th, London, England establishes, get this ladies, I know you're excited, the first public restroom for women on Bedford Street. Oh, that's worth singing about. 1928, an American Ed Shoemaker and his cousin Edward Knockbush used a sheet of plywood and a yardstick to design the Lazy Boy reclining chair. Okay. 1929, February 11th, the state in Rome called the Vatican State comes into existence at midday with the signing of the Lateran Treaty by Italian leader Benito Mussolini and the Pope's Secretary of State, Cardinal Gasperi. 1937, American auto workers win a majority victory when General Motors signs the first union contract in U.S. auto history. 1939, Swedish-Austrian physicist Lise Meitner and her nephew Otto Fritsch published a paper on nuclear fission in the Journal of Nature. Her work contributed to the development of the atomic bomb. 1945, February 11th, the big three Allied leaders, Roosevelt, Churchill, and Stalin, wrap up the Yalta Conference, which divided post-war Germany and Poland between East and West. 1970, February 11th, Japan becomes the world's fourth space power by launching the Asumi satellite into orbit. And then February 11th, 1975, Margaret Thatcher becomes the first woman to lead a British political party. February 11th, 1990, South African anti-apartheid leader Nelson Mandela is released from prison after 27 years behind bars. And finally, although I'm sure there are many more February 11th, but on February 11th, 1922, my father was almost 2. My mother was still 3. And on this day, Canadian surgeon Frederick Banting and his assistant Charles Best announced one of the most revolutionary discoveries in medicine that would later touch our family: the use of insulin to treat diabetes. By August, they had conclusive results that they gave the material extracted from the islet of Langerhans cells in the pancreas, called insulin, to diabetic dogs, and it brought their blood sugars down, and the sugar in their urine came down. And then a 14-year-old boy dying of diabetes was injected and helped save his life. Later on, my family was affected by diabetes, one at the age of 7 in the 2nd grade. Without these people on this date in February 11th, results could have been a lot different. I'm so thankful as I look back in history on this day, February 11th, at all of these different times, these different people came along and did such amazing things. And so the question today from the Daily Dose of Daryl is, what have we done today? What'd you do today? What'd you do that was impactful in somebody's life? How did you help them? What did you do today that would make an impact in the future? Meditate on that as we remember February 11th is a very important day in history and in our lives today. God bless you, and keep up the good work out there. Make every day a special day. Daily Dose of Daryl. God bless you.